This is Teachable Moments with April podcast. I am your host, April. If you're a returning listener, I appreciate you and welcome back. If you're a new listener, welcome and thank you. To everyone listening, remember, teachable moments are all around us. Enjoy. Good afternoon, Miss Mary.
Hello, April. How are you?
So Miss Mary came up with an awesome ideal, and this will be our first more or less movie review. Now she suggested that we talk about B movies, which we enjoy. We enjoy all movies, but B movies to review together. So this is not a B movie. This is something that I was aware of, but I didn't really know what it was about. And we are going to be reviewing very briefly is Cocaine Bear. Now, what I didn't realize, but Miss Mary had a little bit more information on it, is that at the Oscars, I don't watch any award shows anymore of any kind. When I was looking up some cover art, is that I'm guessing Elizabeth Banks, it's an Elizabeth Banks film, and I really like her as an actress, but I didn't know that she was also doing, producing and directing, which is awesome because she's hilarious. I think she is, but I hadn't seen her in a while. So anyway, Cocaine Bear. Okay. So it's based on a true events, and Miss Mary seems to know a little bit more than I do. You want to tell what you know?
Yes.
Okay.
Love to share it with you.
Okay.
I know it's not supposed to be a comedy, but it makes me laugh. I haven't had a movie that got my interest in a long time. I usually don't even bother with movies from DVDs or whatever. But I was, of course, again, strolling on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I seen, what's her name, Banks?
Elizabeth Banks, yeah.
Elizabeth Banks on there. She was being interviewed, and she gave little excerpts.
Hold on one second, guys. All right, we had to take a short break. Okay, so we're talking about Elizabeth Banks and her, you saw like an interview or something?
She was having an interview, and she was showing all the magnificent things in the museum where people pay to go and see Cocaine Bear.
Okay.
And they like take pictures by it and so forth. And of course they got his nose with the white stuff on it like he still have because the cocaine on it. Mm-hmm. Actually it's not though. It's just something white add to it. The ambiance of it all. Mm-hmm. Now, I knew nothing about Cocaine Bear. Mm-hmm. But when she was talking about it, and then whoever was interviewing gave little excerpts of it.
Okay.
Where the bear jumps into the back of the ambulance.
Okay.
Ambulance.
That was wild.
And that piqued my interest quite a bit. And then they showed another one where the EMTs came for this young man with the concussion, but they didn't act like EMT. They were all looking in the other room, and the poor woman was over in the corner and had half her backside chewed off by the bear. Uh-huh. And Elizabeth Banks explained that actually bear did not kill anyone. It was actually, she heard about the cocaine bear consuming all this cocaine, and she worked from there. Because actually the bear, after he consumed all that cocaine, which was a male, he actually perished because he had a heart attack, stroke, went into a seizure. A lot of things happened. He died on the scene.
Right.
But the way she made the movie, she made the bear female with two little cubs. Aww. And that made it more interesting, although I did feel sorry for the bear and the cub, because man has a tendency to destroy everything. And for them to do something that stupid, like the man, I forgot his name, oh boy, but that in real life he had fell out of the plane. If I had known it was going to do it today, I would have got his name. He fell out of the plane and everything with all the force. And even to this day, I think they have never found all of the cocaine, because it's hanging in trees, it's everywhere. And the bears, I think they're still there, laying around. And that was in 1985, and this is 2023. Yeah.
Wow. So I'd heard the title. So the title right away is like, whoa, what's up with that? And I guess she'd been looking at on YouTube the trailers, interviews, and so forth and so on. So eventually, she said to me, I need to see this movie. And I said, okay. So we did what we usually do with the movie situation, and then we watched it together several times. So there's so many scenes. So at first, it starts out, kind of not. It starts out as usual. It's very calm at first. It's very calm.
Slow.
It's slow. Exactly. I didn't want to say that, but that's what it is. It is slow, and you're kind of like, okay. But don't give up on it if you haven't already seen it, because that's just paving the way for like nonstop until the very end, and then you stay. I know she's over here left. Even after the credits. Now I notice this with movies. It's that you really should continue to watch. Usually when the credits come on, people have a tendency, people I know outside of me and Miss Mary, they tend to be like, okay, that's the credits, you start to do whatever. Depending on how you see the movie, you view the movie, you're streaming it, whatever the deal is, that's it. Don't do that, because then you have the scenes in between, sandwiched in between there, and they show some of the people that survived this whole ordeal. So they have a lot of the characters or actors from other stuff that you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know that person. So I want to ask Miss Mary, before I start to talk about it or how you want to do it, what our favorite scenes are.
Well, my favorite scene.
There's many.
My first two scenes is the Forest Ranger.
Okay, so this actress, I want to apologize in advance. I think her first name is Margot Martindale. Now, I've seen her before in other things through the years. We watched something on Netflix called The Watcher, a series, and she really, among other, you had Mia Farrow, you have all, awesome actress. Not that I didn't think that before, but The Watcher. So then she is the park ranger, is she not? Okay.
Yes.
To me, everybody else, Carrie, I call her Felicity because that's the first time I seen that actress. I think her last name may be Russell. Magic of Ordinary Days. I just kind of grew up. I don't know how old Carrie Russell is, and she was in Antlers. She was in a lot of other stuff, but the Margot Martindale, man, she stole the show. She stole the show. All of them, even Ice Cube. I'm gonna say Ice Cube's son that looks identical to him. I think his first name is O'Shea Jackson Jr. Okay, and then the other, Ray Liotta. I've always had this thing about Ray Liotta. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. But yeah, so Margot Martindale. Oh my God.
I really hate to think of her actually a park ranger is like her.
Got a gun.
Yeah, because she's next to the police, she said.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But she wound up...
Vicious rumors that she can't do her job.
She shot the young man's head off.
Shot his head, baby. She loves shooting. I saw that, but she wasn't very good at it. That's the sad part.
No, the EMT told her to stop shooting the tree.
But then gave up.
But they had her
in the back,
tied down, strapped down on a gurney.
Right after she called 911.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So her aim couldn't be that good.
No, because her arms, they get it across almost her shoulders and her legs. That her cheek, was it a right or left cheek, was clawed up.
Her right cheek.
Her right cheek, left cheek, right cheek. Okay.
So you asked me about my scene because
go ahead.
Her only thing was she was going to get to walk in the forest with this guy.
All right.
That she had the hots for.
Right.
And I don't think he believed that even thought that she was alive. I think he just but that's what she had
This
in
was
mind.
the day she was going to get his attention in a big way.
She had put on her European
perfume
and so forth.
Red lips, red nail. Okay.
And she left the other people after the bear bit her. She took a gun. And she went back to the station. She was going to get help.
But those three hoodlums
was in there. And he told her she didn't have to call EMTs because he had already called them because
they had stole
Ice Cube. Is his name Ice Cube?
Mm-hmm.
Ice Cube's son had beat them all upside the head, and one of them had a concussion
in the men's bathroom.
So that's why the EMT found it
weird.
So thrown off.
But they thought
they were coming for Nicole
when they saw her that she had a run-in with the same individual, but they were not aware.
No,
that it was the bear, cocaine bear,
right? And
cubs.
They finally get her into the ambulance, and the bear overtakes the ambulance
through the back,
and threw her on the ground on her face to finish her off.
That's right.
Now that was my favorite scene. I know I might seem a bit sadistic, but the scene was amazing. About that one, and the EMTs going to the door, snooping instead of taking care of the patients.
Right.
And they encountered the bear, and the bear, he closed the door, and the bear knocked the door down on him. Those are my two favorite scenes.
Well, that one is number one, the one that Miss Mary described, because I continued to I took the remote from Miss Mary, and I have a habit of doing that, and I kept rewinding. I'd say a good 5 times to just that scene, so I could see. Now, we don't condone people taking narcotics or people dying.
We're not shooting each other.
Right. But that movie right there, Okay, so that scene is number one. Number 2 is when Carrie Russell, the mom, goes looking for her daughter. So her daughter, who is, how old is she?
I don't know, but she looked rather young to me.
Okay, decided to cut school.
With her friend Henry.
Now, I don't know why I can't remember the little girl name, but I can remember Henry's name. Oh, Dee Dee. Okay, Dee Dee is the daughter's name, and Henry. The reason why is I don't know, because Margot Martindale's character, the park ranger, thought it was a little girl, and okay. It was a little girl, clearly a little boy, but his hair's a little bit longer, and she comes in contact with Henry. He's actually up a tree. Now, she got a call letting her know that her daughter hadn't went to school. So that's how she tried to call the dad. They're no longer together. And she goes over there, to find out. And then, Margot and the guy, her love interest, they're there having a whole discussion. They go out. They don't really know at this time what's happening. And then they go out into the forest, Blood Mountain. Blood Mountain. So to me and Miss Mary joke about stuff when something's called something. It's kind of the red flags, anything with devil, evil, death, and I'm going to have to add Satan, Satan's playground, Satanist, whatever. Blood Mountain is not very welcoming to us. That's a place that no matter how it looks, I'm not going there. Okay, so anyway, they go there, and that's when they find Henry up a tree. And then he's trying to tell him, but no one's really understanding until the cocaine bear, comes on the scene. And there's a lot of misconceptions that are talked about because the bear is acting out of its character. Okay, so that happens to the love interest. That's how Margot ends up getting her. Okay, so we're going to fast forward, and then them trying to find her daughter Dee Dee, and then they go in the cave, and that's when they see the cute and adorable cubs. But the mother bear, Cocaine Bear, it had already brought some of the product in these red rainbow,
dragging it,
and they were inside eating it, and they were covered.
They look like little snow bears.
Yeah, that's what he said. And I'm like, oh my God. And they're just higher than a Georgia pine.
And friendly.
And everything.
Want to follow everyone.
So the cubs, sadly, getting high and eating is, And then they wouldn't go away from the mother, Dee Dee, and Henry. And then next thing we know is then the criminals, the people that are trying to recover the bag, and the demise of my love interest, Ray Liotta. He had a really awful ending. He died, obviously.
They couldn't find any parts of him. I guess they looked for him. Mm-hmm. But as you seen, when he kept on insisting on getting the bag because the person over here was going to kill him if he didn't get him. Mm-hmm. Some cocaine got on the mother's nose, and it brought her back to life after he
she spit out the bullet.
And she spit the bullet out.
Isn't that something?
And she went back, and her and the cubs decided they were going to consume him.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So those are the highlights. So would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Miss Mary?
I would give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
That's right.
I agree with you. So
it's very enjoyable.
It is. So, like we said, we don't condone any of the bad behavior.
No.
But if we're gonna keep it, keep it a buck, that is going to. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. If I'm wrong, then I guess I'm probably wrong. But that's what I got to say about that. Anything else, Miss Mary, you want to say about Cocaine Bear?
I haven't had a laugh like that in a long time because it showed me the incompetence of the police, that the black policeman, and the other young lady that was working with
the corruption,
working with Ray Liotta, and Ed and the other young man there, I forget his name. But anyway, it made me laugh. Right.
You had to tell me that, and I don't know why I remember that. Okay.
So, if you ever get a chance, please watch it.
It's streaming now.
Yes, it is. And I would have never in a million years thought that I'd be watching a movie called Cocaine Bear. Have a good day.
You were just listening to Teachable Moments with April podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We invite you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We also encourage you to join the Teachable Moments with April podcast family by becoming a paid subscriber. As always, be well and stay blessed. Until next time.